Very glad that I have the privilege to do this. I'm going to be coming out with more fun stuff on this YouTube channel. And check out the website. It's back up and running. ConsAndNons.com. Click on magazine. And let's grow together. Let's go. Let's roll. Let's make it happen. Let's make positive change happen. Let's advocate. And let's establish dialogue. Hey there, Nate Hyatt here, creator of Conscience and Nonsense. Coming to you from my office, my inner sanctum of the inner sanctum of the man cave of the inner sanctum. I have my room, my bedroom, and then I have my office, which is inside my bedroom. And then the closet that the office opens into that used to have a wardrobe and it is missing a shelf. And now it's a voiceover booth. So here I am. So good times, fun things. Wanted to do a podcast today. Without conscience and nonsense. Without my characters. Just wanted to talk about some things that are going on in the world. I think there's a difficult balance that we're striking these days with everything that's going on in the news and things like what's happening in Ukraine and global climate change and indigenous rights, women's rights, trans rights, everyone's lives mattering, people feeling left out, pretty much no matter who they are. But the question that we keep posing to ourselves on a daily basis, I think a question that I ask myself is, what do I do today? Do I engage in self-care and relax and get away from it all? Do I turn off the news? Do I scroll past that advocacy woke TikTok video that's trying to get me to see things and wake up, see things from a certain point of view? Do I turn away? There was an old Pink Floyd song, No More Turning Away, from The Weak and the Weary. What do? Do I pay attention to all this? Do I advocate today? Do I look at what's going on? Do I take time out? Do I do self-care? What I've tried to do on my channel, and I think that there's beginning to be a different definition for the term channel these days. You know, what's my channel? My channel is not just my channel on YouTube or my channel on TikTok. My channel is my profile, my out there, my online presence, my, not to be all disappointing to the Buddha and to say that everything's about I, me, mine. But what is my online presence? What's my channel? What's my channel all about? Wherever it is, whoever I come in contact with, like my IT person or a friend in a support group or my mom and dad or someone in the comment section of something that I just felt the need to comment on or respond to somebody else's comment. What's out there? What's my channel say? What's my channel all about? I want my channel to have a lot to do with self-care and laughter. And what I mean by that is the self-care of laughter. The self-care of not taking things too seriously. The self-care of relaxing, letting go. Hey, here's some funny cartoon characters. Everybody laugh. And if you can't laugh, then just kind of, chuckle, whatever, shrug, make a face, move on. I don't know. But you don't have to take the whole world so seriously every day, all the time. Yeah, I want to advocate. Yeah, I want dialogue. I want to talk about the things that are going on in the world. Sometimes it's Ukraine. Sometimes it's trans rights. Sometimes it's even an intersection of two things like trans rights in the military. Wow. That's my vision with my big pipe dream in the sky when I want a magazine and a media company. Not that I want to own my own huge media company so that I can have all this control. I don't know where Elon Musk is going with this whole Twitter thing, but I don't know if he's going to turn into another Rupert Murdoch. I don't know. Fox News, we were promised fair and balanced back in the 90s, and I think that we sort of kind of got that for a little while, and then things went south, and we don't really have that anymore. We got so far away from anything that could be construed as fair and balanced. Now the liberal media really is the liberal media, and the conservative media really is the conservative media. And you can tell, what do I want to hear today? Who do I want to hear are the bad guys? Who do I want to hear are the good guys? Who do I want to hear praised? Who do I want to hear bashed? Well, I know where to turn. And if I don't want to hear what I don't want to hear, then I don't have to turn there. I don't have to look there. So what I'm trying to do on my channel is just say, hey, let's have a good time sometimes from time to time, not so that we can ignore everything that's going on out there. I call the channel Conscience and Nonsense. Yeah, I have a conscience. Yeah, let's do the right thing. Let's advocate for change, and let's have dialogue. Not just advocacy, but dialogue. But let's also laugh. Let's have conscience and nonsense. Let's work for the world we believe in. The younger generations, I'm a Generation Xer, I'm 47. I turned 47 towards the end of the month of May 2022. And the younger generations, I see so much hope and promise and so much courage coming from them. They're on the front lines really saying, hey, look, we're not going to be treated a certain way. We're not going to be mistreated. Our rights matter. Trans rights matter. Black lives matter. Queer rights matter. I think they care more about democracy and freedom than a lot of people will give them credit for. I think that they are heavily on the side of Ukraine and squarely against the totalitarian regime that is Vladimir Putin's Russia right now. And there are people in Russia risking their lives, risking their freedom, their liberty, risking their necks, going out there and holding signs that don't even always say anything. We don't want this war. The same way that has been done in the United States of America when we fought wars in the past. Wars like Vietnam, no war for no blood for oil. We can't always agree that, any given war is just. There were people who were against World War II. If you read Catch-22 by Joseph Heller, I'm like 2/3 of the way through that book. I still haven't finished it, but his attitude is like, what am I doing? Dropping bombs on people. Why do I have to fight in a war? I don't want to do this. That was World War II, the most glorified war of all time, probably. The most just and righteous war ever, The modern version of the Crusades. Like, we've got to fight this war. Got to kill the Nazis, then we've got to kill the Japanese. They didn't call them the Japanese back then. Yeah, sometimes we're going to be serious. And I'm not a big believer that branding has to be a limitation. And I really get tired of the notion that, what's your brand, what are your colors? You're a box of cheese snacks. Your colors are yellow and red. All you ever do is sell cheese snacks. That's what you do. That's who you are. That's your identity. Always be doing that. Always be selling cheese snacks If you ever do anything that's not related to selling cheese snacks as a person whose identity is to sell cheese snacks, then you're an embarrassment and it's a scandal. And you are in trouble and you're going to get canceled by one group or another. And by the way, can we stop acting like cancel culture is something that one group of people does that another group of people would never do? Everybody does cancel culture. It's part of human history. It never stopped, and I don't think it ever really began. Oh, you're Semites. We'll cancel you. Oh, you're this way. We'll cancel you. What, phew, if we smell you and you don't pass our smell test, well, was anybody in the course of human history really ever safe? The Bible starts out with cancel culture. Don't eat the fruit that grows on this tree. Well, the snake said I could. Oh, you're done. You blew it. You had your one chance not to ever eat the fruit and just hang out in the Garden of Eden, baby. Like oh, yep, well, we messed that up, didn't we? So, I don't know. But I want to talk about advocacy and dialogue. I want to be a proponent of dialogue. Been reading this book that's a little dated, but it's very relevant today in a lot of ways. Some of the references in it are dated, but it's an old copy of Business Ethics for Dummies, and it came out in 2011. And it talks about the difference between advocacy and dialogue. And if you get hung up on advocacy and all you do is advocate, and you're just like, that's my thing, I'm going to advocate. You look at somebody like Dr. King. Yes, I'm a white person talking about Dr. King. You know where the stop button or the pause button or the X is to close out of this. If you don't appreciate a white person talking about Dr. King, I think I should listen to Dr. King and take notes, pay attention in class, and try to understand the assignment and pass the exam when it comes to Dr. King. I definitely think I should. So he did not just advocate. He didn't just advocate. He established dialogue. He talked to people. He talked to Malcolm X. He talked to presidents. He talked to Muhammad Ali. He talked to these people. He talked to those people. We have a history of people talking to each other and establishing dialogue. That's how we make progress. That's hopefully what this country was founded on, besides just colonization, rape, and pillaging, and stealing people's lands and genocide. Let's make progress. Let's establish dialogue. Let's talk. That's what Conscience and Nonsense is all about. Let's talk. Let's laugh. Let's talk some more. Let's understand each other better. Let's work on solutions to our problems, our common problems. I believe every problem is a common problem. I don't just see somebody and think, oh, I'm glad I don't have their problems. I'm glad I don't have his problems. I'm glad I don't have her problems. I'm glad I don't have their problems. I'm glad I don't have that country's problems, or that company's problems, or that race of people's problems, or that demographic's problems. No, it's my problem too. Because there's something I can do about it. I can wake up, I can take action, I can spread the word, I can have a loving attitude and spread good karma and create positive energy and a positive vibe. Not just thoughts and prayers, but actual positive behavior. And sometimes, it's as simple and as uncomfortable as not laughing at racist jokes. And sometimes it's, I can't march in a parade. Not a parade, but I can't march in a march. So I do a comic strip about a march. Most popular comic strip I ever did with the most views was Pastor Brown and Steve and Conscience and Nonsense. And they're out there with people who have signs that say BLM. And they're talking to the media. And they're out there at a rally, at a march, advocating and practicing free speech. And I tried to boost that on Instagram. I'm going to call you out, Instagram. This has been a while ago. I tried to boost that on Instagram and it got declined. So, keep advocating. Yeah. Let's keep establishing dialogue. I'm not telling how many people would have seen that if it hadn't got declined. Rejected. They called it rejected. My temptation when I make something that I think is a powerful message, that I think other people think is a powerful message, and I go to promote it and say, hey everybody, look at this, I really get it, I'm part of the solution, I'm an ally. My temptation when that gets rejected is to resort to a baser instinct and say, well, oh, well, F you, or whatever, or I'll just, walk away, like stop being part of the conversation. No. That's the tough part sometimes. The tough part is really sometimes to just say, hey, it's not all about me. Still on your social media site, still trying to spread those vibes, got my own website, still trying to do the things, still taking action, practicing right speech, right action. May recognize some Buddhist terms in there, still trying to create good karma, still trying to do the right thing. God bless, love and light, and if you don't believe in anything, enjoy your next pizza, or whatever. Bye.